What if I told you the most recommended exercise for poor leg circulation after 60 might actually be slowing your recovery? As a surgeon, I see it constantly. People walk faithfully. They elevate their legs. They wear compression socks, and they still end up with cold feet, chronic swelling, burning pain, and eventually falls. And here's the scary part. Poor circulation isn't just discomfort. After 60, it quietly raises your risk for slow healing wounds, dangerous infections, and in severe cases, amputation. It's also one of the earliest warning signs that your heart and arteries are under real stress. Most people think bad circulation just means cold toes. It doesn't. It means blood is failing to move down to your feet and back up to your heart efficiently. After 60, arteries can tighten and narrow, veins weaken. Blood starts pooling in your lower legs. By age 70, nearly 1 in 5 adults has measurable peripheral artery disease. And most don't know it yet. That's why surgeons don't guess about this. We see what happens when circulation isn't restored early. Swelling turns into sores. Balance slips. One fall starts a rapid decline. Before we get into the movements, hit subscribe. We put out senior health content every week that most doctors simply don't have time to explain in an office visit. And stay with me to the end, because I'm saving the most powerful movement for last. It's the one rehab specialists call the surgeon's secret weapon. Now let's get into it. Here are the 5 movements that surgeons and rehab specialists actually rely on to restore blood flow, reduce swelling, and protect your independence after 60. We're counting down, and the best is last. Movement 5, seated ankle pump, starting with number 5 on our countdown. This one looks almost too simple to matter, but surgical rehab protocols tell a very different story. It's often the very first movement surgeons prescribe after leg surgery to prevent circulation collapse. Here's why. Your calves contain what doctors call the venous muscle pump, sometimes called the body's second heart. Every time this muscle contracts, it physically squeezes the veins in your lower legs and pushes blood back up toward your heart. After 60, this pump weakens fast, especially if you spend long hours sitting. When it underperforms, blood pools in your ankles, swelling increases, oxygen delivery drops, and healing slows. Clinical studies in vascular rehabilitation show that simple ankle pumping can significantly improve venous return and reduce lower leg swelling in older adults, even without standing or walking. The key is not intensity, it's consistency. Here's how to do it. Sit in a sturdy chair with both feet flat on the floor. Lift your toes towards your shins while keeping your heels down. Then press your toes into the floor and lift your heels like you're pressing a gas pedal. That's 1 rep. Move slowly, with control. Aim for 20 to 30 reps, 2 to 3 times per day. You can do this while watching TV, reading, or sitting at the table. This restores a pumping action that walking alone fails to activate strongly enough after 60. But ankle pumps only wake the system up. The next movement strengthens the muscle that keeps blood from falling back down in the first place. Movement 4, seated leg extensions. Movement number 4, seated leg extensions. If you think sitting down means easy, you're about to be surprised. A study published in the Archives of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation found that adults over 60 who performed seated leg lifts with light resistance improved walking speed by 28% and stair climbing ability by 45% in just 8 weeks. Those numbers matter more than most people realize. Doctors actually call walking speed the 6th vital sign, because a slower walking pace is strongly linked to higher fall risk, loss of independence, and shorter lifespan. Here's why this works when walking doesn't. Seated leg extensions target your quadriceps and hip flexors simultaneously while forcing your core to stabilize. These are the exact muscles that keep your legs functioning when you stand, climb stairs, or rise from a chair. Traditional walking barely challenges them enough to stop age-related decline. And when these muscles contract, they squeeze the large veins in your thigh, helping drive blood back up toward the heart and reducing pooling. To perform this correctly, sit tall in a sturdy chair with your back pressed firmly against the seat and both feet flat on the floor. Slowly lift one leg straight out in front of you, keeping the knee as straight as comfortable. Hold for 2 seconds, then lower slowly without letting your foot drop. That's 1 rep. Do 10 to 15 reps on one leg, then switch. As this gets easier, add light ankle weights or a resistance band. This movement reduces stiffness, improves walking tolerance, and strengthens the muscles that move blood through the upper legs. Something ankle pumps alone simply can't do. Movement 3, standing heel raises. Movement number 3, standing heel raises. This targets the muscle group that doctors rarely test, but that is often the first reason seniors lose their independence. A landmark report cited by the National Institute on Aging found that calf strength is one of the strongest predictors of whether someone over 60 maintains independence. Seniors with stronger calves had dramatically fewer falls and were far less likely to need assisted living. Here's why. Your calf muscles act like a mechanical pump. Every time they contract, they squeeze the deep veins in your lower leg and force blood upward against gravity. Weak calves mean blood pools, swelling increases, oxygen delivery drops, and balance reactions slow down. What makes this movement different is that it doesn't just build strength, it retrains circulation and balance at the same time. The exact combination your body needs to prevent a fall. Here's how to do it. Stand behind a chair or countertop and hold on lightly. Rise up onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels as high as comfortable. At the top, pause for 2 to 3 seconds, looking straight ahead, not down. Then lower slowly, taking about 3 seconds to come back down. Start with 10 repetitions. Work up to 20 or 25 as strength improves. That brief pause at the top is where the magic happens. It forces your balance system and calf muscles to fire together. Exactly what happens when you catch yourself during a stumble. Movement 2. Single leg circulation, hold. We're in the top 2 now, and this is where everything changes. Movement number 2 is the single leg circulation hold. Large population studies referenced by the National Institutes on Aging show that the ability to stand on one leg is one of the strongest predictors of future falls, mobility loss, and rapid physical decline after 60. Adults who fail simple single-leg balance tests are several times more likely to experience serious falls within the next few years. And once falls start, circulation almost always gets worse, not better. Here's why this matters for blood flow. When you stand on one leg, your calf, ankle, hip, and core muscles are forced to contract continuously to keep you upright. That sustained contraction creates a prolonged muscle pump effect, pushing blood upward instead of letting it pool in the lower legs. Walking never creates this demand. You're only on one leg for a fraction of a second. The single leg hold forces the pump to stay on. Here's how to perform this safely. Stand next to a countertop, chair, or wall and place one hand lightly on it for support. Shift your weight onto one leg and lift the other foot just an inch or 2 off the floor. You don't need to lift it high. Stand tall, eyes forward. Avoid gripping with your toes. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds, breathing normally. Then switch legs. That's one set. Start with 2 rounds per side. As this gets easier, reduce how much you rely on your hand for support. What makes this powerful is time under tension. Those sustained contractions keep blood moving, strengthen stabilizing muscles, and retrain your nervous system to react faster when you stumble. Movement 1. Standing calf pump hold, the surgeon's secret weapon. And here it is, the moment I promised you at the beginning. The #1 movement surgeons around the world prescribe almost like medicine for restoring blood flow after 60. The standing calf pump hold. Across vascular rehab programs worldwide, this exact movement shows up again and again because no other exercise activates the calf muscle pump as powerfully, as safely, or as consistently after 60. This is the most direct way to force blood out of the lower legs and back toward the heart without medication, machines, or impact. Here's why it works. Your calves aren't just muscles, they're pressure pumps. When you rise onto your toes and hold, those muscles squeeze the deep veins in your lower legs and physically drive blood upward against gravity. The hold is what makes the difference. It keeps the pump engaged long enough to overcome pooling, swelling, and sluggish return flow. Walking doesn't do this. Ankle pumps prepare the system. Single leg stance trains control. But heel raises with a hold actively move blood and keep it moving. Here's how to do it properly. Stand behind a chair or countertop and hold on lightly for balance. Feet hip-width apart. Slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels as high as comfortable. Now pause. Hold the top position for 3 to 5 seconds, breathing normally, eyes straight ahead. Then lower slowly, taking about 3 seconds to come back down. That's 1 rep. Start with 8 to 10 reps. Over time, work up to 15 to 20 with full control. Clinical rehab data consistently shows that seniors who master controlled heel raises improved circulation, walking endurance, ankle strength, and balance confidence all at once. And unlike high-impact exercises, this puts minimal stress on joints, making it safe even for people with arthritis or balance concerns when done with the support. So there you have it. 5 movements surgeons actually rely on to restore circulation, reduce swelling, and protect your independence after 60. Walking is wonderful. Keep doing it. But walking alone leaves critical gaps. It doesn't fully activate the muscle pumps that move blood out of your legs, and it doesn't train the balance systems that prevent falls. These 5 movements fill those gaps. And the best part, they take less than 15 minutes a day, require no gym, and can be done safely at home. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 movements surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments below. We read every single one. And before you go, don't skip the next video on your screen. It reveals one wall-based exercise that surgeons now say works better than walking for building leg strength, balance, and joint stability after 60. Most people overlook it because it looks too simple, but the results are dramatic when done correctly. Watch that next. It could change how you train your legs from here on out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.